Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also on the web at carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a free vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Are you looking for the web's best sports news? Visit jockjournal.com. Sports media has lost its touch. It seems that journalists are scared to report what they see, in fear of losing access to the teams they cover. At jockjournal.com, you get inside information on the entire NFL community without all the politics or fears other writers have. That's jockjournal.com. When you need the NFL sports news, information, opinions, fantasy football, or discussions, there is only one place to go, and it's jockjournal.com.
You are listening to Jock Journal Radio. News, opinion, and discussion for all you jock stars.
Support for this show comes from Material. Material is a simple and intuitive e-commerce platform that lets you get your online store started without paying a dime. That's right. No ads, no setup costs, no transaction fees. Experience a fresh and easy new way to sell online by signing up at Material.com today.
Okay, we're back. I had to surf porn and post my pics on an adult website.
All right, Jock Stars. Thank you so much for all the love. The texts keep coming in. I mean, literally, we've had 2 more since the break. So let's get to those really quick. From Camden, North Carolina, tell us something we don't know. And from College Station, Texas, Manziel is a stud. Drinking and hoes, that's what we Texans are about, yo. College Station, you might be the awesomest texter today, so my hat's off to you.
Oh, God, don't give College Station any props. That's like douchebag capital of the entire world. They would elect Manziel as mayor of Doucheville down there if they could. I'm in Austin, Texas. Tell you what, College Station, move up to Austin and actually get a life, okay?
But College Station has like some of the hottest honeys ever, right? I mean, that's what Manziel said, and if Manziel said it, it has to be true.
Bro. Yeah, look, here's what College Station is. College Station is like the ugly stepchild to the University of Texas. That's really, to Austin, that's what it is. College Station is like a poor related cousin to Austin and UT. Yeah, that's really it. So,
okay, guys. So here we are. We got to get into the 3 more games that we have to cover in literally 26 more minutes.
Boom.
So Aaron Rodgers went to Arizona to try to take on things. You said Arizona was going to win this game. However,
I said Green Bay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You said Green Bay was going to win this game.
I want to point this out.
Yeah.
You guys gave me I got a lot of crap for saying that Green Bay was going to win this game. And you know what? They almost won it. The Green Bay played one of the better games I've seen them play all year against a tough Arizona team, and they came out and played really well. And everyone was shocked. I mean, the announcers were like, God, this Green Bay team looks totally different. They came out and they battled with them, and they, if not for that coin toss, they might have won. And what I don't understand, though, their defense played phenomenal and then absolutely breaks down in overtime. It was like they went home already. That was heartbreaking, and then that Hail Mary catch. Oh, God, that was a great game. I think one of the best game all weekend by far, as competitive, fun to watch. So that was a great game and good for Green Bay. They put up a really good fight against Arizona, and I thought they would. So, maybe I'm not so insane.
Now, if anybody wants to start talking coin flip gate, I'm just going to throw them off the air. Don't even text, don't even email, don't even phone call, don't even send up a smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or even send me some sort of courier of something in Choctaw. I won't read it because this whole thing about the coin flip, crap happens from time to time, and I'm just getting so dang tired of all these litigious scandalous people say, "Oh my God, we would have won if this would have happened." Shut up already, guys. It's so freaking tiring. It's so freaking annoying. I am so sick and tired of everything having to be a scandal. That coin did not flip. The refs took care of it. Done story. Don't even talk about, it should have been this or it should have been that. Shut up. You're an idiot.
Here's what's scary. Green Bay did that with a fat Eddie Lacy and no Jordy Nelson. He slims down in the offseason and Jordy Nelson comes back. That's a tough team to beat next year with better players.
Don't get all excited about Eddie Lacy because, 12 carries, 89 yards. That's amazing. However, only one of those runs was of any consequence. That 61-yard run.
Yeah.
You take
and he was
you
gassed.
Take away that
it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, you take away that other. It's 11 carries for 28 yards. So one play.
It was brutal.
That anybody could have drove a Mack truck through. I mean, it was not Eddie Lacy phenomenal run. It was just anybody could have done it. And yeah, you're right. Eddie Lacy needs to trim down. Dude's looking like he's getting close to 270 now, and it's ugly. It's ugly. You won't last long as a running back on those knees with that kind of weight. It just won't happen. Jeff Janis
was the thing I got at Jeff Janis played great, right? You get Devontae Adams out. It's about time. That was a break for them that he hurt himself. Are you kidding me? They played way better.
Well, Jeff Janis has been like this special teams phenom, and he's really good at finding the ball deep in the air. That's why he returns kicks and does those kinds of things for the Green Bay Packers. He's also like the Hail Mary specialist. This guy is good at that kind of thing. I don't see him as being a regular receiver. In this game, he had 7 receptions for 145 yards. He did kind of have a coming out party with 11 freaking targets. So, you mentioned it. However, the bad one of this was Jared Abbrederis. This guy had 12 targets, 4 receptions, 55 yards. That's where Aaron Rodgers' effectiveness was to that guy. And it was just ugly. Okay, so let's take a look at this just for a second. You would think that Jeff Janis would be considered the best player of this game, but don't forget that phenomenal catch and run in overtime by Larry Fitzgerald. He ended up 8 receptions, 176 yards, a touchdown, and 12 targets after the year that everybody said he was done being an effective receiver. Which will probably mean that somebody's going to be cashing in on Megatron when he hits the free agent market somewhere this year, because I see him as very similar styles of athleticism and capabilities. If Larry Fitzgerald could do it at his age, I think Megatron could definitely do it at that age.
What I took out of this game was Arizona's a formidable team, and they didn't play that well. So, I mean, they usually have an off game or two, and then they come out lighting people up. So it's going to be a really good game next weekend, and I think we're going to see, two teams really, really compete hard and go at it. So I'm excited for this game coming up this weekend. So next game, what do we got? Seattle, Carolina?
Yes, unfortunately. This is a tale of two halves. Okay. We got a completely wonderful exhibit of what offense and even defense should look like from the Carolina Panthers the first 2 quarters. Okay? And then automatically lights the hell out. I mean, they didn't touch they basically got 2 first downs in the second half. That's it. Okay? Carolina was stopped dead in their tracks, and Seattle took over the game for the second half. However, too little, too late, as Seattle fell 31-24 in a heartbreaking loss. We were sitting there in that Jock Journal locker room, and I was mortified what I saw in the first half. It was jaw-dropping. It was
31-0. God, they're pouring it on them. How about they get the touchdown and then immediately get another one on defense? That was brutal.
Yeah. That stupid pass by Russell Wilson to Luke Kuechly when he was trying to toss it out to
that was ugly.
Beast Mode. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is a microcosm of the entire Seattle Seahawks micro dynasty at this point, okay? Since Russell Wilson was brought into the league in 2012, the Seattle Seahawks have had this, like, in Pete Carroll and everybody else in Seattle has had this, you can't win the game in the first quarter. You can't win the game in the second quarter. You can't win the game in the third quarter. You can win the game in the fourth quarter. Okay, I'm getting tired of hearing it. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's absolutely 180%
because Carolina won in the first and second quarters.
Exactly. They totally won that game right there before halftime. No matter how good Seattle Seahawks were going to be in that second half, they had already beat themselves by letting Carolina stomp them. Now, everybody's talking about how going over to the East Coast and then starting on what would have been almost a 10 o'clock game by your schedule is brutal on their time clock. Chronobiologists and everybody else have talked about it. A lot of people have made statements that was a very unfair disadvantage to the Seattle Seahawks. And as you saw, as the game progressed and their bodies did wake up, we saw something. However, if you guys are going to start complaining about conspiracies or how this worked out or how that worked out, shame on freaking you. How about you just simply play better earlier in the season, like the microcosm of play better early in this game, and then you have the home field advantage, and it's not an issue. I'm tired of this whole team basically sitting around until everything's on the freaking line, and then just putting the game together at the last second. It reminds me of somebody who's trying to cram for a final and never went to freaking class, only to try to get an A in it at the last second. Guys, that's not how you make championships. That's not how you play football. That's not how you build a dynasty. You have to play 4 quarters. You have to play a whole season. This whole thing where you start off 3-3 or 4-4 or 5-4 or whatever, it just doesn't work in today's NFL. And if you want to exceed and if you want to excel, quit trying to turn it on late. Just play a game. Secure the home field advantage. Play 4 quarters. That's how you do it, Seahawks. Quit doing this nonsense of trying to make these miracle comebacks, because it bit you in the ass this time. It bit you in the ass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what look, this is just a better team than them that day, and most of the year. So, let me ask you a question. So a couple things come up here. I just kind of want to, does Beast Mode come back?
No. He was 6 for 20, and if you didn't notice, he's dropped about 15 to 20 pounds during his rehab. I don't think Beast Mode intended to ever come back. I don't think he intended to actually be in the playoffs. When he went down, I think he was thinking, okay, the Seahawks are struggling at this point. The losing me, they're definitely going to struggle. I don't think he expected the team to actually get into the playoffs, and that's why I think he sat out in Minnesota. And now he's like, okay, well, I guess I better put up, or they're going to put me on IR. So let's go out there. But the guy was only about 207 pounds, which Beast Mode's typically about 225, 228, somewhere in there. That's very unusual. Plus, all of his guaranteed money came out this year. So he's due to make $11.5 million this year, and then the next year $11.5 million with no guaranteed money. So do you think Seattle's going to keep him on that salary cap when they have somebody like Thomas Rawls?
Thomas Rawls, cheap.
Yeah. No, he's Beast Mode's bye-bye. And if anybody's going to pick him up, then good luck on trying to manage that narcissistic mess of an individual whose prima donna sort of nonsense has gotten way too sick and tiring for even Seattle Seahawks fans.
Okay, next question. How do you feel about Cam Newton grabbing the flag from that fan? I'm sure you've seen this, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Cam Newton, good, more power to you. The whole thing with the 12th man flags and stuff like that, they've been forbidden